We are live. What is going on, everybody? Man, another day. I'm super excited to have the Grant Queen, Miss Witt. Um, she is a phenomenal woman. She's doing some amazing things in Chicago, and I'm just excited to have her on this live. I know she's been busy making things happen. You know, she's a mom. She's a phenomenal woman. She's a social media influencer. Wait, I'm proud to have you here, man. Just tell us about yourself, man. Tell us who you are, what you do. You know, go ahead and go into it before I ask you some questions.
Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here. My name is Whitney Cumbo. I would really just like to say I'm a serial entrepreneur. I dib and dab into everything, but mainly I'm really into business. I'm most known for having three storefronts on the same block that are all beauty based. I am a mom, a friend, and just really like that. That's really the ground foundation of me. They also call me the Grant Queen because I am like a stickler of getting business grants.
Yeah.
And I help other companies get business grants as well too. So a lot of people know me via TikTok because of that. And I'm so excited to be here. Let's jump into it and let's go.
All right, man. Super excited. Again, welcome to Millennial Kingdom Solutions. Everybody logging in. Make sure you guys log in, share this video. This video is going to be very impactful. A lot of people are going to be blessed. We will have a workshop this Saturday. It's going to be pretty amazing. She's going to be going over so many different things. But I want to go ahead and interview Ms. Witt. I think that's what everybody's been waiting for. I want to ask a couple questions. So tell me this. You know, where are you from?
I am from Chicago, Illinois, South Side.
Chicago, Illinois, the South
Yes.
Side. Okay, what's crazy, man, is I never thought that I would move to Chicago. You know,
Okay.
I never thought I would move to Chicago. What has your journey been like in Chicago so far?
Well, I have been here all my life. Growing up, I didn't grow up in the hood, but I didn't grow up in the best area neither. I grew up in High Park. So it has been interesting growing up in Chicago. I kind of a smidge bit think I'm outgrowing it
Uh-oh.
because I'm just really ready to see the world and different opportunities. I really want to be global.
Yeah,
But Chicago, it's been a great place growing up. I loved it. I had a lot of fun here.
yeah. Awesome, man. So it's really cold. How do you adapt to these winters?
You don't. You don't. It's so cold, and I'm always freezing. I have my heated gloves, my heated cover. Like I am such a summer girl. My birthday is in the summer. 7/11 is my birthday, so I have always hated the winter, but it's always something I had to do. So you never adapt to this cold weather.
And what's your sign with?
I'm a Cancer.
The cancer, man. Shout out to all the cancers out there. If you're a
Yes.
cancer, you're a cancer out there, man. Type in the comments. Let us know what type of sign you are. We definitely want to give a shout out to the cancers. Now, wait, tell me a little bit about your business. You know, I see you doing social media. You're a social media influencer. You do grants. I mean, you do so many different things. Like, what made you want to get into this space of being a social media influencer, a mentor, a coach? Like, what made you want to really dive into this space?
So it was never supposed to be like this.
Yeah,
Originally, I went to college to be a nurse. That's always been my passion to be a nurse because I love kids.
yeah,
And nursing did not work out because I'm because completely transparent with you guys. I can't get past biology. I failed it, keep on failing it. So I ended up graduating with a child development degree. But
mm,
while I was in college, I was broke and I'm like, I need some money. So I took a lash class, and that
yeah,
lash class, it was just supposed to be a side job, and it ended up blowing up for me. And through that, I needed a store because I had like lash classes, and I was tired of paying other people. So that's how I opened up my first beauty bar because I'm like, okay, I need more residual income, and then
yeah.
I need a space for me to do my lashes as well.
Mm,
Then I never really liked doing lashes.
yeah,
I was just good at it. It was making me money, but I was miserable doing it.
right,
So I got out of doing lashes. I completely stopped doing lashes as soon as I found out I was pregnant with my daughter.
wow,
And I'm like, okay, I gotta make some money. And the people in my beauty salon used to go miles and miles down for the beauty supply. I am in a predominantly white area with my salon, which is
yeah,
Bridgeport, and we have a scarcity of beauty supplies. So I'm like, we need a beauty supply. Let me open one. So that's how the second business came about. So I opened
yeah,
it right on the same block. Um, And like I said, it was never supposed to be like this, but the dominoes fell perfectly. And it grew. And then everybody had at first an open salon area, and then people started getting into salon suites. So I'm like, let me upgrade my beauty bar. I can make triple the money if I just invest this front money. And that's how I got the third store, which is Beauty Suites.
Wow, man, that's true. That's truly amazing. Now, tell me this: from going from child development into entrepreneurship, like what was that adjustment like? Because those are two different fields. From going to school, get a degree, and to go into full-blown entrepreneurship, like how did that switch work with you?
For me, it was a mental thing, because you go from getting paid and working for somebody else to a business where you don't have a blueprint. And I just really think it comes from me being like a very resilient and very intentional. So anything I do, I just don't fail. Even if I had to do nursing, I just wouldn't fail it. I just picked another avenue. So it was hard to switch, because I felt like I was giving up on what I knew I wanted to do and I loved. But through business, I figured out what I didn't like as well, and I turned it around. And I like being on the back end and doing the computer work and typing, hence why I'm good at writing grants. But I found love within that transition and that change, even though I was so scared to step out and even do that.
Wow. So you were scared to actually step into something that was unknown.
For sure.
And how did you get over that fear? Because like going into full entrepreneurship is not easy. That's a very big move, and it takes a lot of faith. So what was that transition like for you? Like what made you get over that fear? What did you have to do? Did you have to read some books? Did you get some wisdom? Who was in your ear at that time?
So for me, I'm so sorry. For me, it is. Give me 1 second.
Okay, no problem. Hey Roxanne, how you doing? Everybody listen, go ahead and share this live. It's going to be a phenomenal live. Once you guys go ahead and share this, it's going to be really impactful. It's going to really inspire somebody. Got a workshop this Saturday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to be dropping a lot of gems, so I want to make sure that you guys get some value. So tap on in, share the video. We'll be right back with you. Waiting. She's operating her shop while doing this live. Talk about a serial entrepreneur doing multiple things. We're never staying still in the same place. We're doing multiple this big vision, right? So give us a couple seconds.
Yeah. So you pick your list. I want the one up to 25.
Hold on, let me make this.
Oh man. Roxanne, hey, listen, I can't wait to interview you, man. That's going to be absolutely amazing. And boy, I am going to pick your mind. I'm going to throw some spice in there. It's going to be off the hook, because I know you got them gems. I know you ain't. I know you is not tolerate no foolishness. So I definitely got some questions for you. And I have a huge respect for what you're doing in the space, educating the ladies about dating and what healthy dating looks like. Because boy, we need it. Some of us need some deliverance from toxic dating. And man, I can say that I took some time to do the work on myself, because there was some trauma there. But hey, listen, guys, give me 1 sec. Because I just gave y'all a preview of what we're going to be seeing in a couple weeks. So get ready. Interviewing Boss Wit. She's the Grant Queen. She's handling business right now. We're going to be right with you guys. Stay tuned, because she's going to be giving away some gems. I'm going to be interviewing about her story. She's from Chicago, the South Side. You guys know how that is. Chicago is definitely a beautiful place. Is it safe? Depends on what location you are, man. I live in Bridgeport, one of the best areas of Chicago, in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion. I love it out here. So Give us a little bit of time. She's gonna be right with us. Okay. In the meantime, feel free to drop some questions or anything that you go. Oh, what is you back? Are you back?
Okay, I am so sorry. I'm gonna give y'all some free grants for that because y'all, you have to be an octopus sometime.
Hey, y'all heard what she said. Y'all better hold accountable, y'all.
Yeah, I got some free grants for y'all. I am so sorry. I didn't. Come on, we gonna go.
It's all good. So, hey, we're gonna make sure we pick us up to win. We'll make sure we pick one lucky person off this live for a free grant. But wait,
let's give that lucky person a grant list.
That sounds good to me. So listen, you got to stay on this call. You got to stay on this call. If you're on this call, we're gonna make sure that one lucky person gets a free grant list. But getting back to you with, so tell us how, you got over that fear. I want to know exactly who was in your ear, who was motivating you and inspiring you. What books were you reading? What did that journey look like? What did that crossover look like for you?
So for me, I had a lot of different people in my ear. I had some people telling me like, don't do it. You need to make sure you stay in school, stick to what you know. The last class was $700, and they were like, "You're crazy," because I use my rent money. They're like, "You're crazy, don't do it." For me, it was always I have always thought bigger. So a lot of people used to confuse that with I'm thinking I'm better than them, when really I was better than my old self, my generational curses, what I've came from. So it was all my mindset. I did not read books. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I was highlighting in books and I was a 5 a.m. girly or anything. It was me wanting better for myself, wanting better for my life. Like I was just accustomed to that. As well as I had a great support system when it comes to my family, like my grandparents, my mother, my sisters. I have always had that foundation. So failing just was not an option to me. So going forward, it definitely was scary. To this point now, it's scary. Every level is scary. I don't want you guys to think like once you get your first door, the fear is ended. It is not. But I just did it. I did it scared. I did it weak. I did it miserable. I did it happy. I did it. I showed up every day. I was intentional. And you guys really want me to tell y'all I was not an excuse maker. And I feel like that's what it was. Nothing can stop me. And a big gem I can give you guys is I turned my roadblocks into motivation. You probably gonna ask me about my trials and tribulations. So when y'all want to get into that, I'm gonna show you guys. It ain't been easy.
Wow. Tell me this. What did your support system look like? You talked about your support system. What did that look like? And what would you tell someone? Talk about your support system, but what would you tell someone that doesn't have no support system, that doesn't have a mentor, doesn't have a friend, and is really doing this by themselves, with really no access to anybody that can help them out of their situation? Like, what would you tell that person? But also talk about your support system, what that looked like.
So what does support look like to me? It looked I have a small family, but we're really tight. So I have my grandparents, my granny and my papa, and then I have my sisters. I have 2 sisters, Diamond and Mackenzie. It's only us 3, and then I have my mom. That's my bubble. But we're really tight and we really push each other up. Like my grandparents brought my first car. My mom always been financially supportive, not like taking care of me my whole life, but just any type of support. They've been there emotionally, physically, like that. If you don't have support, you have to just find it within to still know that you want better for yourself. Believe me, I'm not going to sit here and say I know it's hard not having somebody to call and somebody to push you into, be there for you, but you have to find that within yourself and deep down in your heart. And that's why wherever you're going towards, you have to make sure you're really, really, really passionate about, because life happens. And life does not stop because you start a business, does not stop because you don't have support, does not stop because you step on a crack and break your mom back. I don't know, but it happens. So just stay motivated, just stay in a good mindset. I feel like once your mind is in a good place, your body follows, and it will get hard. I'm not going to tell you it's not hard. It will get hard. But and I was try to find some friends that you treat as family as well too. It is still some genuine people out here who will treat you. I have some friends that you can't tell me that they're not family. Like they're definitely family.
Absolutely. I've been ever since I moved out Chicago, and I find it funny that I moved right down the street from all 3 of your stores, and I knew it was something special about yourself. When I seen you, I was like, man, this is a dope woman. She's very welcoming, very different from a lot of women that I meet out here.
Yeah.
So loving, very giving, and just kind.
Yeah.
Every time I see you go on TikTok or Facebook, you motivate me. You never even know, but you motivate me. Seeing you grind and go as hard as you do is why I continue on going, because I'm in Chicago. I got no family, no support system out here. I don't know really a lot of people, but the fact that I got you down the street and I see you grinding and pushing your vision and staying consistent, that we want to keep on going. So I just want to let you know how much you inspire me.
Thank you.
No problem. Tell me this, man, because when I first got out here, I seen 2 stores. I was like, man, Prima, what the heck is that? And I went in, I seen all these beauty products and different things, and I was talking to you. How did you get 2 stores on the same block? I'm not talking about like some rinky-dink small stores. Like, these are actually nice big stores on the same, one on the left and one on the right. How did you do that? Like, was it business credit? Was it personal credit? Like, what did that process look like?
The process was, for my first store, it was definitely grants. I used my first grant for my store.
Wow.
And how I even got into learning how to do business grants was a crazy story. Business grants within itself is a crazy story. But grants did help me. But my first grant was not a huge grant. So I know you guys see a lot of stores, and I know people who spend a lot of money on their stores.
Yeah.
But my grant was not my first grant wasn't a big grant. I had a $9,000 grant, and I did not even use all of that money to open up my first storefront. So I utilized a lot of like resale stores, and I shopped sales, thrift, and it was quality stuff. I went all the way out to the suburbs where the nice people at, rich people at, and I went to their resale stores. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But once you walk in my salon, you couldn't tell me that I didn't have the most upscale, nicest, cleanest stuff.
Absolutely.
But it was so needed for me, because I had to understand that I'm in this business to make money and not look like just look like I have money. So I had to be very disciplined with how I use that funding. And I'm telling you, that funding stretched with First Last Security products. Like, it was crazy trying to get it all together, but I made it work, and I still did not use all of my first fund.
Wow, that is true. So you're telling me that a grant got you all 3 buildings on the same block?
Yeah. So I don't own the buildings. I rent the buildings. I rent. I have a landlord. But yes.
Hey, listen, I don't care what you do. You got 3 stores on the same block. That is crazy. That's absolutely amazing. Wow. And it's crazy because I never really looked into grants, because I was like, what need would I have for it? So tell me, like, what is a grant? Like, what does it actually do? Like, who is it for? Like, what are the qualifications?
So grants are for everybody. What is a grant? A grant is business funding that does not have to get repaid. And it's not just for business. You could get it for school. You could get it for medical, things like that. I just specialize in business funding. It is not credit based. It does not. If you're a felon, that doesn't matter. 1,000,000% does not have to be repaid. And a big one that a lot of people miss, they are not guaranteed. So a lot of people, that's what those people off, because they really don't want to do the work, and they're not guaranteed the funding. But I have certain tactics that I use to make the grant process shorter and more sweeter. So that's what business grants are essentially. And you said qualifications. Yeah. So each grant, mind you, it's thousands of grants out there. I specialize in finding small business grants and female funding grants. Also universal grants. Now, I can find grants for anybody. I just met somebody, they I need some trucking grants, and I did some research. I done found them 20 grants already. Wow. So it can be field specific as well too. For me, how I like to search for my grants, that I find little niche grants. So I have a medical condition called multiple sclerosis, MS. So I say business grants for people with MS. If you have anything special about you, you're left-handed, you this, you that, you're a cancer survivor. Wow. I don't know. They have specific grants. So I like to go for those little niche, because that just smallens the pool, lessen the pool of people who will be applying. Right. So that's one of my little grants that I always jump on, is my multiple sclerosis grants, because I'm a living survivor. I still have it. So I jump on those grants.
That's pretty dope. So you were able to find little niches of like, for example, like I have ADHD. So you're telling me there's grants
Yeah.
for ADHD?
1,000,000%.
Wow.
A
I see.
million percent.
This and this is why I do this, man. This is crazy. I like, let alone did I not have the knowledge of what really a grant was and what you can do with it, but knowing that there's grants specifically for a condition that got conditioned when I was a child, and that's great. So now I learned something new. So listen, y'all, if you got any type of condition, there's a grant for it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And Whitney can definitely find it for you. So know that that deficit that they try to say was bad, or let's say they tried to put that on you, there is a grant, there's a blessing in it for you as well.
Yes.
So like we gotta stop, we gotta always look at the other side and what it's for us as well. This is really good. Now tell me this with these grants, tell me about your grant, because you sell grants. I think you've been selling them for what is it, $20-$25? What is your grant list package? What does that package look like?
So the grant list package is, you get a grant list, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So the grant list is $20. The grant list gets updated bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly. So on my grant list, it says the name, it says the amount, it says the end date, and then the description, like what do you have, like qualifications type things.
Yeah.
So some of those grants expire. Some of them expire monthly, some of them renews monthly. So my grant list breaks it down each grant, but it definitely 1,000,000% will include the link for you to go apply for that business grant. And I think the best thing, give me one second. I think the best thing with my business grant list is it gets updated bi-weekly. So a lot of people try to say like, oh, you're trying to like sell free information. Ooh. Yeah, I have never said finding business grant links are free, but a lot of people don't have the time for that. A lot of people don't have the knowledge to even, like you just said, you didn't know it was grants for people with ADHD or even where to go to find them. So for $20, you get 39 grants up front. Then you are always on my email list, and you will get an email every bi-weekly saying, hey, here go Bossy with updated grant list. So as a business owner, to have business grants in your hands is like impeccable for $20 only, and you stay on the list and they get updated.
Wow.
And the grants range from $500, and the highest grant on my list is $1 million right now. So it is, and mind you, it's universal, it's unisex, it's field friendly. So let's just say you a barber, you do beauty supply.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really huge, man. So grants for small business owners, that people are looking for money for, like for example, a barber that looking for, maybe wants to do like a mobile barber shop. Like you can use a grant to buy something like that.
1,000,000%.
Wow. Now I've looked at some grants before, and I really just never understood it. And this is the purpose of this platform, because the Bible says that people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And this is why I created this platform, because I want to bring the information to the people, so that way people can really win. Because a lot of people aren't winning because of the lack of information or the lack of the motivation to go get the information, right? So my thing is, how are you using your platform to spread what you know? Like what platforms are you using to spread this information? Like, how are you using your platform to spread this information? How does that work?
So I use every platform you could think of. I leverage all of them: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. TikTok and Instagram are my biggest two. So how am I spreading this information? So on top of me doing business grants, I am very deep into business, and I have like social media content strategies and things like that for my TikTok. In 6 months, I hit 100,000 followers. In 2 weeks on Instagram, I just gained 59,000 followers. Just by my specific content strategy. So within me having this big old platform, I'm not just pushing out, hey, buy my grant list, buy my grant list. I drop a lot of business tips, business gems, grant tips, grant gems, life tips, I think I'm a people person. I like to talk and I like to share, because when I was coming up, I didn't have a mentor. So I like to kind of be that for people and let people know it's genuinely people out here who care about you winning, who's still a good teacher, who's still a good mentor. I know it's really it's hard to find the people, but since I'm reaching the masses, I feel like I'm specifically reaching the masses because my personality show through my content and me dropping the gems. Somebody will try to make you pay $1,000 for some information I'm about to give you free on my video, and literally that's what the titles of my video say. Business tips they don't want you to know for free. That's the title. Wow. So I find joy in that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Whitney, you know, what motivates you? You know, what pushes you every day? You know, being a mom, and you know, living in Chicago and everything that's going on. Like, what is that driving factor behind what you do? Like, I want you to really search deep. What is it that is pushing you to go far?
Even before myself, it's family. Like, I am a family-oriented person through everything I do, even before myself. So what drives me is my little small family I told you about, less than 10 people. It's me buying houses for all them, cars for all them, putting all them in a position. I have Prima. I brought my sister into it. I gave her a lash class when I was in college. She is now in the same position as me. My youngest sister, just 2 days ago, she just got a suite in my salon. She's in college right now, but she has a suite where she's doing her things at. She does waxing, so she's just coming along with Prima. She has Prima Skin and Beauty. That's her leg of it. It's really just family. My family was really supportive. Like, we didn't have $1 million growing up, but I never went without. So my grandparents and my mom, like, when I tell you guys, they never gave up. Everything when I did what a kid, it was a celebration. Like, they poured love into me. So my life mission is to give that back to them. Even before myself, I need to make sure that they're smiling, they're happy, they're proud. That's what I stand for, is family before anything. Especially, I didn't even mention my daughter. I love my baby too. I have a little daughter named Carrington. She's 2. She's the princess of the world, I can tell you guys. And just being able to put her in the best schools, give her the best things, it motivates, it pushes me, because I don't take parenting light at all. Carrington is just not only my only daughter. I'm sorry. I have my goddaughter as well too. Her mom passed, so I have her with me too. So she's 8. So I have these 2 little girls looking up at me, and my little special god baby. Like, I have to show her this love, this great lifestyle. She has a hard life, and I want to, like, give love. I don't know.
Whitney got a lot of love to give, y'all, man.
Yes.
And Whitney, how old are you?
I'm 27. My knees hurt though, so I have 30 hurt.
Whitney, you are less than 30 years old, man, and looking at everything you've been able to accomplish at 27 years old, that's truly impactful. That's truly impactful, man. I hope that you know that you're inspiring many people are looking up to you. And, you know, there's a generation of women that are going to get free because of you, because of what you're doing, because everything that you're doing, you're inspiring women and they're following your foot trail. You know, so like I said, I've been looking over your social media and different things, and watching some of the people that you follow in the circles that you're in, and you're on your way. You know what I'm saying? You're literally on your way, man. So keep up the good work. One of my last questions is, with the storefront, can you explain to me, like, what's in, because I've seen in store number 1, which not the one here now, but the one that was across the street. You used other people's products in that store. How did that work? Like, I don't know if you had your own products, but that was just unique. The fact that you have everybody else's product in your store and you sold their stuff. That's just crazy. That's unique. That's genius.
Okay, so get y'all pens and papers out for this one. I knew I wanted a beauty supply. I knew the beauty supply was in a predominantly white area. So at the beginning of business, I asked myself, how can I stand out with every different beauty supply? The Chinese community has the beauty supplies on lock. How can I stand out and be different? I found this question deep one in my heart before I even started doing anything. So I said, I want to sell only Black-owned products and smack it right in the middle of a predominantly white neighborhood. Why not?
Ooh.
Why not? So I don't know if everybody's familiar with the TV show Shark Tank. So Shark Tank is just a quick synopsis. It's like billionaires, and they sit and they listen to companies pitch, and they give them money if the pitch is good enough.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, how am I gonna get my products in? Because most of the big brand names like Pump It Up or like Got to Be Glued and things like that, they're white owned, bad margins. How can I get the masses to me? So I did something called Prima Shark Tank, where I invited people out, and I had a line of people down the block to get to interview with me to put their products inside of my beauty supply. And mind you, these people never had any type of problem doing this, because the people like Target, Ulta, all this stuff, they don't give them a chance. So I'm giving them a chance, so they gonna line up to come do their product. Mind you guys, doing this product, I met so many passionate people about business. Not only that, I got so many quality products, and they just did not have a platform. So that's what Prima Beauty Supply stands for. That's my mission statement. I want to merge the gap between the billion-dollar business industry and small Black-owned businesses, and let them know it is a spot for them in this industry, and give them that platform. And that is what originally blew me up. And through that, the sales and everything followed, but you had to have your passion up front. You had to have your end goal up front. So I found that, and then everything else really followed.
So we gotta pause. We gotta pause. So you telling me that you watch Shark Tank, you took the idea from Shark Tank and did your own Shark Tank.
Yes.
With nothing but Black business owners.
Yes.
They lining up to put their stuff in your shop.
Yes.
And that's what really, would you say that really buzzed you in the city?
Yeah, because I really didn't think that a lot of people would have showed up to have their products in my store. But it is so many Black businesses out here that's just trying to get noticed. And they're great products, amazing quality products. I test every product that's in my beauty supply. It is small business owners that need funding and things like that. So I want to help those businesses. You don't understand the people that I have welcomed into Prima, and I didn't welcome them just because they were cute. They earned that spot. People have told me they were able to pay their rent, get a new car for their family. They were able to, just keep their business going. They didn't have anything to keep on going. So me just pouring that funding back into them once they make sales and things like that, I'm able to pour my heart and love into them and their family. And y'all already know my foundation is love. So it's like, it's been astronomical.
Right. Wow, that's beautiful. That is absolutely amazing. My last question is, you mentioned $1 million on the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. I know we talking about, maybe 25, 50, 75, 100 grand. But you mentioned $1 million in funding. Talk about that grant. What does that consist of? Because there's a lot of people on the line that really need $1 million. That's $1 million vision, but don't got $1 million in money. They need access to that. Can you talk about that $1 million grant?
You know what you need for that grant? You need $1 million mindset. We gonna start with that. Is what you need.
Go ahead.
But what they're looking for is they're looking for people who need funding. So a lot of people are like, I didn't make any money. Woo. First, they're looking for businesses in need. So don't worry about that. They do have you need to make $1 million. Less than $1 million in revenue. These grants now, the $1 million grant, it's a little bit more extensive. So I would tell you to have a professional business grant proposal. Run it across a few people or pay somebody to create you one. And what these businesses are looking for, mainly they're looking for impact in the community and in the environment. They're not looking for you to say, oh, I need, to be repaid or to pay back up bills. They looking for you to change the world, to change your community, to make some type of impact. So they really just ask you for business basics. You guys know you have to have your EIN, your LLC, business bank account, the basic like that. Make sure you guys are having some social media presence as well too. But it's no big crazy qualifications at all. I would just say make sure that you have a quality business grant proposal.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, she said quality, not quantity, not everybody, like
Yeah.
quality. So make sure you guys have heard it. Now, Woody, go ahead. Were you saying something?
Yeah, and not quantity. I know a lot of people think that business grant proposals are supposed to be like 20 pages long. My business gives out a grant each month as well, too. We give out a $500 grant. So I go through a lot of applications, so I know what catches my eye and what doesn't catch my eye. And do not try to just pad you guys' applications just because you don't know what to say. We are looking for the needed information. Who are you? What do you need? Why do you need it? What proof do you have that this is needed? And once this happened, how can this change the world? Like things like that. I see a lot of padded answers with not enough needed information.
Wow.
That's the one.
Can you expound on that in a short example on expound on that real quick.
So I would just use my business. If I was pitching to them, I would let them know, like, hey, this is Prima. This is what I stand for. And I stand for this because it's a lack in the community that says this. I also put some research in there, probably like a sentence or two, to say like, hey, white businesses are funded 4 times more than Black businesses. It is some type of number. That's not the exact number, but Black businesses is that's a true statement. I will let them know how much money do I need and what do I need the money for? Itemized list. Hey, I need the money for marketing so I can go further on social media, blah, blah, blah. And also, if my dream comes true and they grant me, what would that look like for my business and for the community? So if I'm able to get this funding, I will pull more than 50 plus businesses up with me, and they can go have a far, but I will give them the platform to scale very high in the end, like something like that. And then, sweet it up. But
that's dope. That's dope. And quick question. This topic. Have you been leveraging AI with any of the things that you've been doing?
Yes. So I just recently, when I say just recently, now I think it's called chat something. It's like artificial intelligence is what AI is. So you're able to enter something, and then they give you an answer for it. Yeah. I have a love and hate relationship because I don't know how original it is and how many people can just go on there and get the same answers, because then that will become a big problem. But I do say use it to your advantage, because work smarter and not harder, but actually reread in depth of what they're saying. And if you have to find some synonyms for some words and add it to actually make it into your passion, do that. But I would definitely say, leverage that. I have been looking into that just to see how quality of the AI the answers are.
Absolutely. And with how can everybody follow? I mean, you dropped so much game, so much value. I know I'm gonna have a lot of inboxes. People are gonna be DMing you like crazy for this grant list. Where can people find you?
People can find me on social media at Bossy Wit. So that's just Bossy Wit everywhere is where you're gonna find me, especially Instagram and TikTok. In a week, I will be dropping bossywit.com. Right now, I just have a link tree, and you can find that link tree in the booking links in all of those social medias. But bossywit.com is about to drop. It's about to be huge. And that's going to be all your business needs, business services, business tips. It is going to be, I'm going to have a community, the Prima Billionaire Circle community that we're going to build back up. And it's just going to go up.
Say it again, the Prima what?
Billionaire Circle.
I love it. I love that. And do you offer any master classes? What do your master classes look like currently?
I do offer master classes. They're webinars, but they are live webinars. But my master class does not only go into grants, it go into branding, marketing, how to create a business plan, websites, social media heavy. When I say TikTok and Instagram, it's a job doing TikTok, Instagram, and all that other stuff. Customer service, business image, and things like that. Email marketing, text marketing. So that's a business masterclass I hold about bi-weekly. You can find that in the link in my bio as well too. I do have one-on-one consultations, or I have a 6-week business mentorship boot camp. You guys better be super prepared if you want to be in that boot camp, because I am very, very disciplined and intentional about pushing these businesses to where they need to be. And it's not easy at all.
Wow. Thank you for everything that you do, Whitney. I'm super excited about this interview, man. This interview was dope. I want everybody to know that, we're not done yet. You know,
Yeah.
if you guys have really loved what you guys have heard today, imagine what's going to happen on Saturday. We're having what we call a workshop where Whitney will be one-on-one with you, going in depth about these different grants, talking about, Whitney, tell them about just a couple of the things that you're going to be speaking about in the workshop. It can be very brief. But yeah, tell us about a couple of things that you would like to talk about. It can be mine. Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, I want to just go really heavily into business funding, business grants. I'm sorry, and what that looks like, how the road to that looks. But I definitely, what I think is very important too, that I'm going to go in depth about. A lot of people like, I need money, I need money, I need money. But once you have the money in your hand, you forget that you don't have financial literacy. You don't understand what to do with that money, how to flip that money, how to manage that money, a proper like business plan and things like that. So I do want to be realistic with everybody and let them know, like in the next call or whatever, the importance of understanding that, sometimes we be adults and we really don't even understand funding for real, how to flip funding, wholesale, retail pricing and things like that, actually making money in this business. So I'm going to go into all of that and I'm super excited. Believe me, it's so many gems in his head. It's years in the making and I'm dropping all of those gems Saturday.
Let's do it, man. You guys have heard it. Again, I want to appreciate Whit for coming on here. Thank you for just extending some of your valuable time. I know you're always in the shop. You always got your head down working, just going crazy every time I stop in just to kind of see what you're doing. Saturday, guys, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Whitney will be going live on the same platform. I'll be sending you guys an invite. Make sure you guys tune in. Her time is very valuable. She wants to really make sure that you guys have the information you guys need. I am still going to be Whitney is still going to be giving one lucky winner on this live. You have to be on this call because I got to make sure if you wasn't on this call the full length, that just shows me you wasn't serious. We're going to be giving one lucky winner away. So I'm going to go through the viewers and then I'll ask for an email. I'll send an email to Whit and then she'll send you her grant list. And it's a blessing. Updates every what?
Every bi-weekly.
Every 2 weeks it updates. Like, is that for life or how does that work?
For life. Believe me, I'm in it for life. So that's just crazy. And I did want to tell you guys what I feel like your takeaway should be from this live. If you had to just take something very essential away, the line that I said, you need to turn your roadblocks into motivation, because I didn't go really in depth. I'm gonna go in depth on Saturday about what I've been through. My biggest thing is I broke my neck before in a car accident in a smack dead middle of my business blowing up, and I was down and out for half a year.
Wow.
Thankful to be alive, but y'all, life happens. It's hard. Business is not easy. But what I want to tell you guys is you have to choose your heart. Working at McDonald's hard. Being broke hard. Having a baby hard. I want to be rich, have a rich, hard life. I want to have a happy, hard life. So you really have to choose your heart and you have to be resilient. I'm literally getting that word tattooed on me because I come out on top of anything. I don't take no for an answer, and I'm not an excuse maker. I do it, and I do it always.
Yeah. Wow, man. You guys have heard it, man. I can't wait to Saturday. I'm inspired. I'm fired up. I hope you guys have had fun and enjoyed this interview as much as I have. Again, Whitney, thank you again for coming on this live.
Thank you.
I'm going to be picking one lucky winner, so make sure you guys check your inboxes. I'm going to be asking for email. I'm going to give it to Whitney. She's going to send you that grant list. We will see you guys Saturday. You guys have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Have a good taco.
I will meet y'all in a billionaire circle.
All right.